We continue with the broadcast this morning, and it's time now to look at the Imaan Foundation Girls Orphanage. We are talking about raising funds and International Girl Child Day. The time is now. Our rights, our future, and this is what these girls are actually telling us. And joining us this morning is healthcare practitioner Dr. Faheema Ismail, and we also have got Zainab Jassat with us. Dr. Faheema, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and to you, Zainab, as well. Assalamu alaikum. Jummah Mubarak to both of you.
Alaikum salam.
Yes, let's just talk about the Al Iman Foundation. And or before we get there, International Girl Child Day. Now, from time to time, we obviously commemorate all these days and reminds us. It reminds us of many issues. It reminds us of challenges, and particularly looking at girls. Sometimes the dignity or the indignity that they actually suffer. Dr. Fahima, let's just talk about why it is so important to observe occasions like International Girl Child Day.
Okay, so I think it's really important because we don't realize what girls in our country and all over the world are actually faced with, and especially the challenges they faced with daily. So, International Girl Child's Day is such a wonderful day to actually inspire and motivate others to take part in this, and especially with regards to sanitary wear, especially the rural and township girls don't have access to basic necessities which impact on their daily lives, their education, and it takes away the dignity that they actually deserve. So, for International Girl Child's Day, we decided to give back to our community, and we partnered with the Dear Foundation and Aliman Girls Orphanage. So we just wanted to highlight the plight that girls are facing and make them feel extra special, and also give them a platform to actually raise the issue of period poverty and also basic hygiene and things that they're lacking in the township.
Yes, and just to bring Zainab into the discussion now, Zainab, I know you are the deputy chair of DARE, DARE, Developing Ambitious, Resilient Entrepreneurs. Now, obviously that says a lot, but also at the same time, as Dr. Fahima speaks about dignity, and sometimes we take things for granted. We take sanitary pads for granted. We take toothbrushes for granted. We take toothpaste for granted. Yet it means so much to especially girls, that when they don't have, and also at the same time, how it actually, how society actually sometimes would look at them from a dignity perspective and also their own self-respect.
Yes, definitely. I think that's why it's so important, like Dr. Fema says, to do these things on these days and to celebrate them. And I mean, not only do we get to give back and we get to go and meet the girls that we give the pairs to, but we also get to meet people that, I mean, there was one of the ladies, Linda, she is the from Dr. Fema, you can help me out.
She's the Mrs. Global Earth South Africa semi-finalist.
Yeah, she is a semi-finalist, Mrs. Global Earth. So we get to meet people like her who get to share their story. She is from KZN and she was living in a shack. She told us that she lived alone. So she got to tell us her side of the story where she messed her period. She messed her uniform when she was in school. She had a white school uniform, and so I think it's so important that people like this get to share their stories, and we get to meet these people and share their stories as well.
Well, clearly a sad situation to be in, Dr. Fahima, and I'm sure that the little that any organization can do goes a great way in helping these girls in restoring their dignity. But this is definitely a massive, it's a huge problem in the country, considering where we are as a country economically, the economic problems, the poverty, the hunger. There's so many other issues that people are faced with, and this is just one aspect, which is still a massive, it's a huge problem.
Yes, so that's the reason why I actually launched the We Care for Oral Health campaign in Africa. And my social media platform, the reason why I actually post all the pictures and the initiatives that we do is to inspire and motivate, especially our youth, as they all want to be made aware of what's going on in our community. And like you said, we take things for granted. So even though we just don't want to honor one particular day, but having these days is so important because it just makes people more aware, and they actually like it when I do put it on my platform. So whichever initiative or project they feel is close to their heart, they come on board and they actually take part in these projects. And from there, the institutions also get more exposure, and the impact is much greater. So my social media platform, I actually use it in a positive way, and basic necessities, like you said, toothbrushes, toothpaste, sanitary pads. We get it daily, so we might think everybody else also gets it quite easily and it's freely available. But little do we realize the masses don't actually have access to these basic necessities.
Zainab, the Imaan Foundation, the girls' orphanage, what do we know about this orphanage?
So
Oh,
it was actually my first time going there. So yeah, that was actually a really great experience as well. It was my first time going there, but they really have a beautiful setup. They are trying to get the girls to sew, to do computers. So they do it working on developing the whole child. So when they leave the school, they are able to carry on and yeah, do well for themselves,
okay, so
inshallah.
a little bit about the Imaan Foundation. I was actually introduced to it 2 years ago, where I was invited to do oral health education for the children. And that's when I became involved with this organization. And it was really, really such a heartwarming experience to go to the orphanage. And when I went there, I was so impressed because not only are they looking after these orphan girls, there's also a boys' orphanage, which is not very far off from there. And they're not only seeing to their basic needs, they're actually empowering, and they have skill centers. They have a sewing center, they have a computer lab, and they have a feeding center as well. So during Ramadan, about 1,000 people per day they feed in the community. So this project was really, really inspiring for me and motivating. And I actually have a charity WhatsApp group where whenever there is a project or initiative, I post on those groups. And from there, that's how Zainab also got to know about the organization. I take people over and they interact with the girls and the teachers. And it's really, really a nice experience. So whoever does want to go in the future, they're welcome to contact me, and I'd like to take them with as well.
Yes, and also, Dr. Prema, let's talk about this fundraiser. What does it entail?
Okay, so this fundraiser, like I said, I launched the We Care for Oral Health campaign. So I decided I want to give toothbrushes and toothpaste to the girls. And I got in touch with the Dear Foundation. They actually told me they had a project for International Girl Child Day where they wanted to give out the reusable sanitary ware. So I thought it's the perfect opportunity for the two of us to partner, and we started raising funds for the toothbrushes, toothpaste, and the reusable sanitary ware. Shukr Alhamdulillah, all of the toothbrushes and toothpaste were sponsored for. We do still have a shortfall for the reusable sanitary ware. The banking details are on the posters that we put up. We managed to raise funds for half of the girls at the orphanage, and we still need to raise for the other half. So, inshallah, if we do reach our target, then we would like to give each and every girl a pack of the reusable sanitary ware from the Dear Foundation.
And what sort of numbers are we looking at?
So we were looking at about 77 girls. So, like I said, half of those were sponsored for. So we're looking at about another 35 packs. So it comes six reusable pads in a packet for each girl. And Zainab did demonstrate to them how it needs to be used. So, inshallah, hopefully, we can get funds for the rest that we had a shortfall for.
Yes, Zainab, and as we're talking about the shortfall, but and we're not talking big money, Zainab. I mean, I'm looking at the poster right now. You're talking at what, a cost of 220 rand per girl. Am I correct?
Yes, that's correct. I think the important thing to highlight here is that they are not the disposable packs of pads that we used to. They are a pack of pads, a pack of six pads that lasts for 4 years. So the pack of pads are beautifully made. They have different types of patterns, and the girls absolutely love them. They're given with instructions, and they're something that the girls can use for over 4 years. Yeah, that's.
Okay, and just looking at timing on Zainab, is there a cutoff period, or should people just continue contributing?
No, no, they should definitely continue. We've got a number of places that we'd like to give out to. Also, we'd like to partner again with Dr. Faheema if she could also give us some more information about different places. But we've got skill centers around the country that are doing this on a daily basis. So they are sewing the pads, and they are we're providing jobs for the people and their families that are sewing the pads. And then we obviously do fundraisers like these, where we select a school or institution where we get to give out the pads to. And then, yeah, we love partnering up with people like Dr. Faheema.
Well, I quite like the idea, Zainab. On the one hand, creating opportunities and obviously putting back into society and doing, more about it by all these projects. So, Alhamdulillah, that sounds very, very encouraging. Just for people wanting to contribute, Dr. Fahima, what do they need to do? Who do they contact?
Okay, so like I said, there's a lot of projects to contribute to because I've also done this campaign across Africa, and I hope to empower many, many more children around Africa. So weekly, I get invited to different schools around the country. So it's not only the sanitary pads, the toothbrushes, toothpaste. We need to collect funds for many, many more of those as well, and they can WhatsApp myself or Zainab to get in touch. I'm also on Instagram. They could DM us, and we will send them the details. Like yesterday, we did a project at the MC Carby School for the deaf children. It was such an empowering, heartwarming experience. And just to see the joy and smiles on these children's faces is something that nobody could ever bring to your face unless you first-hand experience going to the place. And even if you can't give your donation, just to give your time and support, it would be so appreciated. And we'd love you to join us at least on one of the drives. And inshallah, you would have a really, really amazing experience.
Well, in fact, it sounds very very encouraging, and inshallah, Allah grant you and Zainab the success, all the wonderful work, and obviously you've got a team that is working together with yourself. I just want to give out the banking details, Zainab, and you can just confirm that this is going through to Dare, which is the FNB account 62925 82010 254 82010. Your reference would be your name, and you can actually donate to for this wonderful cause. Zainab, anything else you wish to add before we take leave? And I'll ask Dr. Fahima also to basically for her closing remarks.
Gina, I just wanted to say that I think it's so important to know that there are places like this that you can contribute to. I mean, we're not just giving a girl a pack of disposable pads and then for one cycle, and then after that she's on her own. It's something that's going to last her for 4 years, when hopefully she'll be able to afford a pack of pads after that. We carefully select the schools that we'd like to contribute to, and we often follow up after a few years to see, are they still using the pads? Are they, what is the situation like at the moment? So, I mean, it's something that it's very dear to our hearts, and hopefully we'd like to get more people to sponsor and contribute to causes like the International Girl Child.
Well, Jazakallah for that. Final thoughts, Dr. Faheema.
Okay, so with regards to the bank details, the one that you announced would be for the sanitary pads. And for toothbrushes and toothpaste, they can contact me directly, and inshallah, I will give them other details for that, because for that particular project, we did reach our target. But like I said, there is future projects as well. And I think that the most important is that we need to use our platforms positively and try and motivate and inspire others to also follow. And like I said, it's not only monetary value that we want to put towards these projects, it's also coming there and experiencing. And we would love to give back more to our communities and to our girls and boys, and get our youth back on track, and support our causes and be part of it, and bring back smiles to all these wonderful children who deserve the smiles on their faces. And inshallah, that's why I integrated my dental profession with the charity initiatives. And we'd like to see it growing from strength to strength. May Allah make it easy and accept all our efforts and intentions. And always let it be for the pleasure of Allah. And they're welcome to also follow me on my Instagram page, Dr. Faheema Ismail. And my WhatsApp is 073-786-7572 if anybody would like to get in touch as well.
Well, Dr. Faheema, and also to Zainab, Jazakallah khairan so much for that, for taking time out. Ameen to your du'as. Allah grant you acceptance. Allah grant you success as well. And as you mentioned, all of it for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and also for the sake of humanity. Jazakallah once again to both of you on this day of Jummah. Have yourself a great Jummah ahead, inshallah. And all the success in the projects and all your endeavors. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Alaikum salam.
That was Dr. Faheema Ismail and Zainab Jassat with us this morning. And yes, these are issues that we need to be focusing on. And there's just so much that we can do. We can make a difference to the lives of so many people who need it most. The time is just gone 9:53. We come back, we'll be joined by Tahir Maipa.